There are really two kinds of strokes. You can have a blood clot stroke that stops the flow of blood, or you can have a bleeder where a vein actually breaks. You don't want the bleeder. And that's the one that she had. 2015, my then wife Ginger called me on a Wednesday night. I was having dinner with some guys I played cards with, and she said, "I think I'm having a stroke. Can you come home?" And I could hear it in her voice. And I said, "You are having a stroke. I'm calling 911. And we got Ginger to the hospital. She survived it. I tell people that she was probably 95% back, but you wouldn't have noticed the 5 that wasn't back. Only I did. They told me and Ginger that with this type of stroke, it's more than likely going to come back and happen again, only you won't survive it this time. 15 months passed. In fact, the weekend before she passed, she asked me if I thought she could start dreaming again. We were in stroke groups with people that had survived this type of stroke 5, 10, 15 years, and I told her, yeah, I think we can start dreaming again. On Monday, August 8th, I got home and I opened the door and walked in, and she was in her chair and she was gone. I stood there for what felt like an eternity, trying to figure out how I could sit down in the chair next to her and be gone too, because it just didn't seem right that I would move forward. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, you got to survive this. I went through a period of probably a couple of months where I was just in total shock. I almost didn't know what the next move should be. And I was just looking for where God was at in that. Oddly enough, we had 2 widowers at our house for dinner 2 months before she passed. And I said, Ginger, that was kind of strange that we would pick those 2 guys to come to dinner. She said, I know. I just think it's important that you know them and their story. And those 2 guys would be the guys that held my hand for the next 2 years as we walked through our own losses together. You tend to start off saying why, and then slowly, as you pull those tools out of your tool bag, tools like God is good, He is in this, and He promises that all these things are going to work together for our good. And I just started telling myself all those things. What was God doing? Well, I know that He was working to turn me into the kind of guy that He could use for something special in the kingdom. I don't know to this day all that He's doing with it. And in fact, I've kind of come to this place where I understand this may have nothing to do with the here and now. It may not even have anything to do with me. It may have to do with something in the kingdom of heaven in time to come.